Good morning, students. Welcome you once again in the class of English. Myself Kamalnath, and I again invite you in the third video of English of this week, chapter 3, homesickness. This is the concluding part of the story, third part, and today we will complete the story and then we will discuss the exercises, question answers and other grammar based questions from the exercise. I am sure that the last two parts of the video that I sent you related to this story you must have seen and enjoyed, as this story homesickness is generally the story related to school going students and somewhat as at age group of yours only, and that's why it is very much interesting story, and you must be also sometimes thinking what the speaker has narrated in the story. In the previous part 1 and part 2, you read that the speaker, who is the writer himself, Roald Dahl, he is narrating the event when he was in the school and he was suffering from homesickness. He wanted to go back home and he just thought an idea how to go back. He had seen his mother's love and affection, he has no doubt realized, and so he wanted to go back and spend some more time with his mother. So here first let us see what was the idea that came to his mind only so that he could return back home. He remembered when his sister was suffering from appendix, all the symptoms, all the just different types of habits and troubles his sister faced, and the operation was suggested. It was conducted in his own nursery table. That all gave him idea he too could pretend to be a sufferer of appendix. He would go and complain to matron, and then no doubt matron will just pass that message to doctor, and that will go to headmaster, and in this way just he thought very easily he could go back home. The thing was that he had to act very naturally, and he had an idea. The idea was just to pretend that he was suffering from acute pain in his appendix. So what he did, that is what an interesting thing we will see, and we will continue now the concluding part. As you remember very well that he went to matron checked him and he acted very well. Whenever she prodded the appendix part of the abdomen of the stomach, he made a cry, he screamed loudly that he felt extreme pain. And matron informed that one to the doctor, who was deputed to take care of the students in the school. And then they both, after checking, decided it was better for them to send back home. So at last the headmaster telephoned his mother, telling that he was suffering from appendix, she should come and take him home back. So when he was on the table lying, matron returned and informed him that his mother had been informed to take him back and she would come that afternoon. He heard, and he was still lying on the table, pretending that he was serious, he was suffering, and from inside he was so happy. His soul was singing song that he was going back. So let us now see what happened in the last part, the concluding part of the story. Of course, that is also interesting. So let us see. He came back home. After his mother came, she took him back home, and he went home across Bristol Channel and felt happy at being away from his school as he wanted. That was his plan, to go out from his school, and he was happy. That afternoon, Dr. Dunbar, who was his family doctor, who was a friend of his just father, so Dr. Dunbar was to examine, he was going to examine his problem in Cardiff. The speaker tried again. When he was being examined by the doctor, the speaker again tried the same thing, same process, to repeat the same tricks what he had done. But Dunbar was an experienced doctor and understood his tricks. What he was trying to convey, Dr. Dunbar understood it. He was experienced doctor. He told the speaker that he was faking. He was telling lie. He had no pain in appendix. He had no problem in appendix. He clearly told him. The speaker still dared. After that also, a speaker dared and asked him, how could he tell so? That there was no problem in appendix? The doctor told that if the speaker had an inflammation, the stomach would have been hard and rigid. The speaker was speechless now. He had now no answer, nothing to say, not to make any arguments with the doctor. He knew that doctor well, as he realized that he was now caught. So the doctor told that he was homesick, and the speaker accepted that. When Dr. Dunbar told him that he was suffering from homesickness, that was the reason. And later the speaker accepted it. Dunbar consulted the speaker. He persuaded and told that he had only insisted his mother. The doctor had only suggested his mother to send him to boarding school. His mother was not ready, as he was too young. She didn't want to send the speaker to boarding school, but it was doctor who has insisted and suggested her to send him to boarding school. So he told it to the speaker. He taught him that life is tough. He told him that life is tough, and the speaker should learn how to cope with it, how to face it. Life is not easy. And that's why he taught him that he should learn how to accommodate, how to adjust in different kinds of situations. The speaker listened to him carefully and asked what he would tell to school now. Now there was a question in his mind. He had told a lie to his matron, to the doctor of his school. So now the question came to his mind, what the doctor would inform them. What would he tell to his school? What reason? Why did he come from his school? That was the question, and he asked to Dr. Dunbar. Dunbar assured. He told him that he would inform his school that the boy had a very severe infection of the stomach and needed to stay 3 more days at home. Doctor told, you don't worry, I would inform to your school that you had infection in your stomach and you need 3 more days rest. He told that he would inform the school that he was taking medicines to get relief and needed few days rest. That's what the doctor assured him, told him. The doctor suggested him not to do anything like that again. What he had done, what kind of mistake he should not do in his life. The speaker promised him not to repeat it, and the speaker also promised the doctor that he would not repeat again in his life this kind of just activity. So here this is a common event, very common, and the speaker, the writer himself has here described the feelings and the type of mental problem, the sickness he was facing in his school life, very frankly, very clearly. And many of the students, even today also, feel so. When they feel not to go to school, they pretend. And in this way, this story has really set an example for all of you, and it is teaching you a lesson that it's not good not to do like this. So I am sure that you all must have learned a lesson from this one. So I will give the detail of the concluding part of the story in the class, and till then you go through the story whole and learn all the new words that is explained in the book. Thank you students, all of you. Thank you very much.